I show to the top crane. Waiting for the top crane at 8:27. Is that what you show?
No, it's showing that I'm live. So it's
I just got a notification on my phone from YouTube that you are live. I show to the top.
Yep, there it is.
I show to the top.
Okay, well, I guess we're live. I don't know where to see comments.
Waiting for the top crane at 8:27. Is that what you show?
No, it's showing that I'm live. So it's
I just got a notification on my phone from YouTube that you are live. I see notifications. I show to the top.
There it is.
Yeah. I show to the top.
Yeah, there's a lot of feedback going on right now.
Okay.
I guess we're live. Hang on, I'm going to pause my audio for a second.
Waiting for the top crane at 8:27. Is that what you show?
No, it's showing that I'm live. So it's
I just got a notification on my phone from YouTube that you are live. I see.
Zach Porter's in here. G4 Outdoors. Sandy.
Yeah,
I got my audio turned off for a minute because I'm playing with this new program. Anthony Ray, how are you doing from Georgetown? I'm playing with a new program. I'm getting ready to introduce a friend of mine. Timothy Barney, how are you doing this evening, everybody from Hudson Valley? And let's see, I may end up having to use a headset on this.
I think as long as I shut down my browser that was showing your YouTube channel, you and I are live right now. There's probably a delay over the YouTube channel, but it was when I was trying to watch it and you were looking at it that I think we were getting the feedback.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Well, when we closed out those browsers and it's just you and me, it's just you and me.
Okay, that works. Sandy, echo. Colin Curtin, hello. John Warren. Ken, how are you doing? So anyway, I want to introduce a good friend of mine. He just started his YouTube channel. It is called Daryl Intense. And I'm going to let him give you a little bit of his backstory and why he's doing his channel and what he's doing on his channel and what you guys can expect to see. So I'm going to pop him up on the split screen. Actually, I'm going to just throw him on the full screen. I'm going to shut my camera off for a few minutes and just let him have the stage with this. So remember, everybody, family friendly, as you guys all know. And here is Daryl.
Hey, Jimmy, thank you. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Happy Friday, coronavirus.
Oh, and he lagged. So Daryl lagged. Let's let Daryl catch up. Sandy, how are you doing? Says, haven't managed to catch one of these shindigs for a while. I don't know what happened to Daryl's feed. Can you guys still hear me okay? And is Daryl locked up on your end?
It was Friday. Yeah, must be locked up.
There, you came back now.
Did I?
Yeah, you're back.
Well, I was feeling a little sluggish. Maybe that's what it was. Hey, Jimmy, thanks for the invitation to join you. This is great. A Friday night.
I'm glad to have you on here.
Well, listen, so I started this channel a month ago. It's actually been going for 1 month. Daryl Intense. And it's an opportunity for me to be not intense. I found myself, I don't know, a half dozen years ago, just running and coming and going and didn't know what was up and what was down. And it was taking its toll on my whole life. And I got back to just the love of being outdoors and just camping. And, I'm at an age where I don't want to be miserable. I want to actually enjoy the process. And so, I'm an old Eagle Scout and just picked up this love for being back in the great outdoors. Hello, G4 Outdoors. This is awesome. I'm sorry I'm talking He's over there talking to himself. Yeah, that's probably is what's happening. It happens. It happens more frequently in tents, actually.
That's
But
what happened when you locked up, I think, is you were sitting there talking to yourself. It kind of sucks because it blew your whole perfect intro.
oh well, you know what? There you go. Well, I've got all night. I'm going nowhere. I'm quarantined. I'm sheltering in place. So that's all right. But yeah, so a buddy of mine back in 2014 was when it really resurged in my life, and I spent we took a week and did 90 miles in a wooden boat down the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon. And that week was as inspiring as anything I'd done in a long time. And as a result of that, I've got 3 son-in-laws, and every year we do some kind of an outdoor excursion. We've whitewater rafted.
Uh-oh. We're going to have to get Daryl some new internet. So the internet service provider that Daryl is using is known in the area for having terrible service at times. Yeah. Your internet's just killing you.
Doggone it. Well, that happens, Jimmy. I hate that.
Yeah. You would tell everybody what you also do as
for my real job?
Your real job.
I am actually a pastor. That's what I do. I'm a minister, and yeah, I've got some people that I love and care for, and walk with people in good times and bad times, and it's a pleasure to spend life and to go through life with folks, and so to be available there when they're struggling and when they're hurting, and that's what I do, and I love what I do. I've been in ministry now full time for 33 years. Can you believe that? 33 years.
I'm gonna make you feel really old. I'm gonna be 43 in July.
You're a weasel. Why do I like you?
But look at this.
I've got blisters that are 43 years old, Jimmy.
That's funny.
And so for me to get out from behind a desk, to get out from behind a pulpit, and to go outside and to go down a river, or we've my son-in-laws and I, a couple of years ago we backpacked for a week on the Pacific Crest Trail up in Washington State near Mount Rainier, and just absolutely spectacular. We've hiked the Great Smoky Mountains, but then I like car camping. I like backpacking. I like glamping. I like primitive stuff. My wife and I, about a year ago this time, back in May of 2019, we actually took 30 days. I took a 30-day vacation. The board gave me a 30-day vacation. And we went to 10 national parks and hiked 150 miles, drove 7,200 miles, just her and I. And we were in lodges in 10 national parks. And when, I had it all lined out to where we were going to be in a national park lodge for 3 nights because I knew she was not going to be comfortable at all, having no idea where we were sleeping tonight. I would have been fine with that. I could throw a tarp out in the median, but I knew that wasn't going to be good for her. But that was the only itinerary that we had pre-booked, was where we're staying. So then when we got to the national parks, I had about 4 different resources, 3 different books, and an app. And we would pick, what do we want to do now? And no itinerary. The next thing on the itinerary was, and in 3 days, we need to check into that lodge in that park. And it was just getting out from underneath, just my normal routine. That intense, I find to be a great stress reliever. So last night, Okay, for my
This
YouTube
is
channel.
funny. You guys are gonna want to hear this. This is funny.
Last night, recording for my YouTube channel because I'm trying to get out once a week. I'm going to go camp somewhere, somehow, some way, once a week. And yesterday afternoon, I bought a tarp. And I pitched it over a paracord attached to a couple of trees. I put a hole in it for a wood stove pipe. And I had built over the course of the last couple of weeks, I'd built a wood stove that's backpackable. It all collapses down. It's about.
Did you record any footage of building that?
I did. It's on the YouTube channel. Yeah, and I put a window in it, Jimmy. I put a window in it so when the fire's burning in the tent, I can watch the fire burning in the tent. So last night was actually the test run. So I'm under a tarp with a wood stove. And as you know, in St. Joseph, Missouri, we got a snowstorm last night and had 1.5 inches of snow on the tarp. I was toasty warm. I was dry. And I thought, it just doesn't get any better than this. Now, my wife was not with me. She would not have found that to be, she would have been rather intense, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
yeah, it's just a great time. And I just find that to be so relaxing. So for my emotional stability, for about the last 5 years, on a regular basis, I'm grabbing a tent and I'm going somewhere. So as a result of that, I've got all kinds of tents for a variety of how I'm going to use it. You know, is this a primitive event? Is this a glamping event? Is this a car camping event? Are we taking a boat somewhere? I've got some buddy of mine. We're getting ready to go down. We've been in the process. In fact, tomorrow is build day number 2. We're building pontoon rafts that we're going to launch from here in St. Joe, and we're taking them to St. Louis, and we're floating the Missouri River on these rafts that we built, these pontoons. And we're going to camp. I'm probably going to do a live segment on the YouTube channel every single day that we're on that trip, just because it's something different. And you know what? If people are locked up in rush hour traffic, or if they're locked up at home, or they just need to get out, but they've got so many things going on they can't get away, if I can be a couple of times a week, a 20-minute break for you, then come with me and let's float the river. Let's spend the night in a snow.
You got some people intrigued. You got some people that are interested.
Well, excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, I'd love to have them along, and any friend of Jimmy's is a friend of mine.
Well, so, and really, if the interaction that I get on this channel, is amazing. I've met some amazing people on here, and everybody is respectful and just good people.
Yeah.
I've got almost 11,000 good people watching some of the stupid shenanigans that I do.
That's fantastic.
So hopefully they make
I'm one of them, man. I'm one of them watching what you do in a crane, and it just absolutely intrigues me. It's fascinating what that last one that you put up last week with the 250-foot tower.
Yeah, the hour-long video.
Yeah, crazy. That was awesome. Well, you know, and you had commented that, hey, sorry everybody, it's an hour long. Brace yourself. And I commented back, are you kidding me? I'm sheltered in place, for crying out loud. Go for an hour.
Another video.
Go for 2 hours. You know.
I've got another video that I'm almost done editing. I've been working on it here and there for a couple of weeks, and it's about an hour and 35 minutes right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, that's great. That's great.
Let's check out some of the comments. It says Anthony Ray wants to know if I can give the YouTube link. I'm afraid I'm trying this new program, and I'm afraid to click anything on my screen because I don't want this thing to fall off. If any of the moderators that I have on here have found Daryl Intense, if you could throw a copy of the link to his channel in comments, it'd be great. Southern Boy 89 says #radio voice.
Well, I might have been involved in that at one point in my life.
Really?
Yeah. For 5 years, I was actually in radio. But again, Radio is sitting in a room by yourself with a microphone. I want to be outside. That's what charges my batteries.
And one thing that I think that you'll have great success with is the fact that just the way that you speak and carry yourself, you can captivate an audience for a while.
Well, that's kind of.
I mean, when you have service and you look out, how many people are sleeping?
Well, if I throw a hymnal at them, that's one less.
Perfect. Rambozo Clown, thanks for that. So Rambozo Clown threw a link to your channel in the
thank
comment.
you. Thanks, Rainbow's Clown. That's awesome. I appreciate that.
And he's been around. Actually, everybody that's on this in comments right now has been around this channel for quite a while, almost since the beginning.
Is that right? Wow, that's awesome.
So a couple of years.
Well, I'm curious how they found you.
Some of them found me through Logger Wade. Some of them found me through commenting on other channels. That's some people just search for certain keywords and then your channel pops up and they get on there and they look at it. And
very cool. Very cool. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's awesome. That's pretty
cool. Magic in YouTube.
Oh yeah, no joke. Yeah, so the main thrust of what I'm doing is for like I said, for the last 6 years or so, I've been getting out on a regular basis and camping and been to just some beautiful places. And it was a buddy that I work with, one of the pastors on the staff, that said, "Why do you not have a YouTube channel?" I said, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "With all of your tents and all of your gadgets and all of your hacks of the things that you do," he said, "people would find that just to be amazingly interesting." And he said, really, people who are stressed out, people who are intense need to be intense. And, I think that sparked something that I thought,
Oh, we had a good run going for a while. Barry Hansen, how are you doing? John Warren's been here since 200 subs. Yeah, we definitely got to get Daryl some new internet. Sandy said it randomly popped up in suggestions.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so some people have just randomly found my channel. So
that's cool.
No one, I mean, it's kind of the magic of YouTube, and really there's a viewer for any content, good, bad, or otherwise. There's a viewer for any content.
Interesting. Very interesting.
And I'm really surprised that a lot of these people have just stuck around and watched some of the stupid stuff that I post. But,
well, I told you I've been watching for a little while, and I'm riveted by it. It's completely out of my element, and I think that's what I find to be just so intriguing about it. Like I said, the 250-foot tower, that's quite impressive.
Actually, the tallest tower I've done is 310, and there's a video of it on there. So that's 310 is as tall as I can do with that crane.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So has my internet?
I'd say some of the stupid
whole thing.
What's that?
Jimmy, is my internet holding steady? Are we doing okay?
It's kind of in and out. I mean, you're a little blurry and sometimes you lock up, but you had a pretty good run there for about 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, David G says he's back, and I didn't know if that meant I'm back or David G's back or
maybe I'm back.
Or he's looking at your back. I don't know what that. I don't even know.
So I'm going to throw this out there real quick too. For anybody that doesn't follow To the Top Crane on Instagram, I posted a video on Instagram yesterday. I also posted on the To the Top Crane Facebook page. My wife has been on me to cut this beard, and I didn't cut the beard, but everybody thought I was going to. And what happened is we did a little bit of that. So it's kind of a funny video on Facebook, and I actually have the footage. I can post it on YouTube if you guys want to see it. But if you go to the Top Crane on Facebook or on Instagram, you'll find it.
Huh.
But yeah, my wife was not happy.
Oh, that's classic though. I love it. I love it. So was she standing right there as you were shaving
Oh
your
no, she was at work. I full on just got the clippers out, was holding the camera, holding my phone like this, and I just started shaving my head. And then once I got done, I sent the video to her. And
Oh,
she's
that's
like, now
cool.
for the beard. And I said, ain't gonna happen.
I love it. That's classic. That's classic. I love it.
JTTV says no, beard stays. And really, I'm kind of attached to it. I grew up myself.
Literally.
And
You guys have been friends for a long time. Been together for a long time.
who, Darcy and I?
No, you and your beard. You and your beard.
Oh, me and my beard and I, yeah. Yeah. Actually, I don't think I've shaved since October.
Really?
Yeah.
So did Darcy know you without a beard?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Back when Darcy and I first met, I was 20. So all I had was a goatee and a full head of hair. I was about 35 pounds lighter.
Weren't we all?
Yeah. I should probably do some of that hiking stuff you talk about, but I didn't get this physique by doing a lot of hiking.
Well, trust me, I know what you mean. I need to do a little more of it actually, but I love it every time I get a chance to get out. Love it every time I get a chance to get out.
So do you do any fishing?
I honestly fish about 3 days a year with my dad. My dad is still in great health, and I've got two brothers. And normally about 3 days a year, us guys get together, and we go fishing somewhere, and there's no shaving. There's no. I mean, it's fantastic for about 3 days, and then we all go home, and that's my fishing for the year. So
the G4 Outdoors that was commenting earlier.
Yeah.
He's a friend of mine, lives about an hour away, a little less than. And
Okay.
he's the one that got me started on this YouTube thing.
Really?
Yeah. So his channel is
what's he do?
Fishing, hunting, lawn care stuff, just outdoor stuff, guns, you name it.
Yeah.
So it might make for a good video for all of us to get together and go camping and fishing.
Honestly,
somewhere.
That would be a lot of fun. I would enjoy that. I would really enjoy that. Yeah, that would be fun. I'll bring the camping gear. He brings the fishing bait. You bring the crowd.
A crane.
You bring a crane.
Yeah. I don't know where crane fits with camping, but I'm sure we could make it work.
Well, you could sleep in it. You could sleep under it. You could sleep on it. I've never camped 250 feet in the air before.
We could make that happen.
Hold on. Let me. My wife's going to want to make sure I've checked my life insurance before we book the trip.
Say that first step out of the bed in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
It's not the fall that gets you. It's a sudden stop at the bottom.
There you go. I'm sure that's true.
I'm going to pop up my phone here and see what this looks like. This is first time using this program, so we're gonna see what it looks like.
John Warden says Jimmy will bring the biggest hook. That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that.
That's true.
Actually, it looks good. I mean, it looks good live. Come on.
Well, look at that. Look at those two handsome.
That's not bad.
Well, there you go. That's what we got.
So
when's the last time you went camping? Oh, you got a camper though.
What's that?
You got a camper, right? I was going to ask, when's the last time you went camping?
I do have a camper.
There's no.
I've got a 36-foot tent.
Huh?
I've got a 36-foot tent
with air conditioning.
With air conditioning, heat, 2 slides.
Have you seen what these guys are doing with these cargo vans? I've got my wife convinced we're going to do it. They buy these cargo vans, these Sprinter vans, or these ProMaster Ram vans. They renovate the back. They put queen size beds in the back. They put showers in them. They put toilets in them, little kitchenettes in them, and they're living out of the dadgum things. Now,
I don't think I would want to live in it.
Now, I would never convince my wife we should live in it. But you know what? it would be a heck of an RV that gets about 15 to 18 miles a gallon. That wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, I haven't even pulled my camper with my truck yet, my new truck.
Oh, is that right?
So we're gonna see how that goes at some point this spring, and I'm sure there'll be a video, because I don't think there's a video on YouTube yet of someone pulling a 36-foot camper with a half-ton GMC. But
well, hey, have your wife, have your people call my people, and we'll do a to the top crane and Daryl and tents, and I'll bring the pie irons. How would that be?
That'll work. You bring the pie irons, and I'll bring the oven and stove.
Now, yeah, there you go. You just bring the toilet. That'd be fantastic.
I can do that.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't even know how many people were watching that, or how many people are watching. That's the only thing I don't necessarily like about this program.
Oh, it doesn't give you that information?
When I'm live streaming directly on the YouTube channel, then it shows an actual count of how many people are watching, which, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. It is what it is, but
yeah, okay.
So yeah. We've got several people commenting.
Very cool.
Oh, Dave G, that's from an old video. Said, how did your wire job work out? Good idea, the pressure washer. It worked out good. And that was kind of a shoot from the hip thing. I had to run new power wire underneath my driveway and across my yard, and it was really hot and dry, and I couldn't get a shovel in the ground, so I used my pressure washer and cut a trench through my front yard and buried my wire in it.
Wow. And it worked.
It worked. Yeah, I got it 2 feet in the ground.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So, oh, Rambozo Clown says there's 27 people watching, 25, 27.
Okay, cool.
Which isn't bad for an unannounced.
Yeah, right. Just on a Friday night. Yeah.
On a Friday night. Well, what's anybody doing?
You know, isn't that the truth? Friday night, Thursday night, Tuesday night. What's the difference?
Yeah. Oh, actually, though, I've been working. We've been deemed essential.
You're essential.
Yeah.
Now, I, however, have been perfecting non-essential, and I'm getting pretty darn good at it.
Yeah. So people said, "Wow, that is smart." There's a video of me cutting a trench through my front yard. So if anybody wants to see that,
with a power washer.
With a power washer.
How deep did you dig? How deep did it go?
I got it 2 feet in the ground.
With a power washer.
Yep.
Wow.
3,000 PSI power washer with a 0 tip on it.
Quite impressive. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good. Huh.
Yeah, so I don't know. We've got a house job coming up next week, and we've got work coming up that, it's pretty easy for me to isolate myself from the outside world too. I sit back like this and I go, and I shut the cab door, and there's only room for me.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty good. Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah. Oh, I guess Logger Wade and Harmless Farmer are live streaming right now. So that's where a vast majority of the people that would normally be watching a live stream on here are probably at.
Ah, okay. There you go. Yeah, how much did it saturate the soil?
It wasn't really that bad. I mean, it made mud where I was cutting the trench, but I mean, it worked good. As far as for cutting through hard ground, pressure washer is the way to go.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody who did it, but it makes sense. A number of people have them. I mean, where there's a need, there's a invention, right?
And I think even a smaller pressure washer would get the job done. It would just take longer. But I will caution anybody that tries to do it. It is very dirty. I mean,
wow.
I had mud all over me doing it. It was spraying up in my face, but such is the way life goes.
Yeah, right.
It was easier than a shovel. It's easier to shower than it is to run a shovel.
So what's your most memorable crane mission?
Probably that 310-foot tower, because 2 days before we topped that tower out, I had 246 feet of tip height, and I got hit in the side with 44-mile-an-hour wind. And I thought it was going to break the end of the boom off.
Wow.
It was doing crazy stuff to that crane. That's the most scared I've ever been in a crane.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure.
So that's one that will stick with me for the rest of my career, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. And that clearly that's a rare kind of job.
Tower jobs, I'd say in the last 3 years, I've done probably 8 or 9 towers. But everybody on the channel knows that towers are not my thing. I don't like them. And the reason why I don't like them is because it's heavy weight up high. And I mean, overall, it's not heavy, but it's almost at the capacity of the crane. So, I mean, you're taking the crane to its limits on both capacity and height.
Wow.
And you've got 3 guys right there on the tower that you're handing the stuff to that have to bolt it up. So you got 3 guys within inches of everything, 300 feet in the air. And there's a lot of stuff that could go wrong. And if it went wrong, it would go very wrong.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
it's mentally fatiguing.
Oh, it's got to be. And hey, Jimmy, that's why you need a little recreation in your life.
There you go.
That's where I come in.
We're going to have to make it happen. Actually, I'll scoop Dalton up one night and we'll go do some camping. And then
That'd be a lot of fun. I'd love that. Yeah, I'd love that. Now, is Darcy a camper? She's good in the camper.
she used to like tent camping. She won't sleep on the ground now.
Yeah, right. Well, that's why God made cots, you know?
And that's why God gave man the materials to build campers.
That I will get Tammy in a tent about 3 nights a year. Now that's like huge because we've been married 35 years, and for 33 of those years she would never camp in a tent. So I feel like our trajectory is really climbing. I think it's really going in a good direction. But I'm telling you, there has to be cots, there has to be steak involved. I mean, my old Boy Scout buddies would pull my man card if they knew what I had to do to make it work. But you know what? I don't mind it. It's good. So,
Yeah.
but it's going to be on a cot. It's kind of funny. We have these cots, and then I'll put a winter sleeping bag about 5 inches thick on top of it, and then I'll put the sleeping bag she's going to sleep in on top of that. So I'm trying to make it nice for her. You know what I mean? So
like a roll-up Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, the last time we did, so we've got a Sleep Number bed, right, that I paid for like 15 years to own. You know, had to take out a mortgage for the Sleep Number bed, and the last time we camped and I had that all laid out, probably $150 bed she was on, and she said, you know what? She said, I think that is as comfortable as the Sleep Number bed. And I'm thinking, oh, I wish I'd have known that about $9,000 ago. That would have been good information. But yeah, crazy.
I can pretty much sleep anywhere. I can curl up on a concrete sidewalk and fall asleep.
Me too. Yeah, I can sleep. I can sleep about it anymore too.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been running now for about 35 minutes. It's holding strong.
Wow, that's great.
I'm going to check your channel and see where you're at.
Yeah, I've not been looking over at it.
How about if I look over at it?
All right. Be gentle.
You're at 39.
Hey, that's great.
So where were you at before we started?
I was right around 30. Yeah, right around 30.
So how many more can we get over there? How many do we have watching now? Anybody got a subscriber count on the live stream? Can we get 20 more people over to Daryl Intense?
Oh, that'd be sweet. Daryl Intense. That'd be awesome. I'd love to have you join me on my excursions. I wonder where it says how many people are on here. That is an interesting.
If you live stream right onto YouTube, it shows, but on this program it doesn't.
Okay, sure.
I mean, I could probably go to the YouTube channel and see on my phone. It says 24 watching, 25.
Oh, that's cool.
26.
Sure.
So
Yeah, good. Well, listen,
luckily we
all of
haven't
you
had anybody
subscribe.
come in
Thank
that we've
you
had
so
to
much.
kick out.
Yeah, right.
So
Well, to those of you who subscribe, thank you so much. I'll try to make it worth your while.
hey, I just figured out a new trick. I can take a comment and put it on the live stream.
Wow.
So there's the trenching with a pressure washer video.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Huh.
That's
Oh, this
pretty good.
technology stuff. It amazes me.
Hey, yeah, Dave. So the key to that whole thing is to buy like $100 winter sleeping bag. They're $100, and it's like a 5-inch canvas bag, and then put the sleeping bag you're going to sleep in on top of that, and you're good to go. I mean, you know, I want to go camping, but I don't want to be miserable. I mean, come on, you know. Hey, thanks, Barry. I appreciate that. That's I'd love to have you join me.
Barry is in New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's been around for quite some time. He I don't know if you can see it or not, but that Titan crane shirt over here, it may be cut off.
Yeah.
He sent that to me, and then another shirt from a crane company in New Zealand.
Wow.
So
That's cool. Now, what's he doing in New Zealand?
he is retired. And Barry, correct me if I'm wrong in comments, but worked in the commercial refrigeration business, maybe.
Wow.
Plumber, pipe fitter type work.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's very cool.
It's crazy how you get to know so many people from all over the world. I mean, it's really pretty neat.
Oh, yeah, that is cool. That is cool.
And I typically will read through comments as I'm doing a live stream by myself. I'll read through and answer questions, and I'm very interactive with subscribers. But I've got a guest on tonight, so this is your thing. So,
well, thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you having me on, and like I said, I love your channel and love our friendship, and I appreciate you throwing it out to me.
Yeah, anytime. I mean, it not only does it help your channel, but it also gives people on this channel a little bit of diversity instead of seeing the same thing over and over and staring at my ugly mug that's half covered with a beard.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know, one of the things I'm trying to do with my channel is even give parents and grandparents just some ideas. You know, when the grandkids come over, you know, we're at that season in life where we've got a number of young grandkids. So it's kind of fun when they come over. They want to, hey, can you put up the tent? Can we stay in the tent? Absolutely. So we pull out the tent and, pull out the pie irons. And I mean, last night I made on the wood stove under the tarp in the snowstorm. I made in tin foil an apple pie that anybody can make, but it's fantastic. And you could do it on your gas grill. You could do it on your fire pit. So again, when the grandkids or the kids are they need out, they need intense. Then every time that I go camping, I'm trying to do some kind of a cooking recipe that's easy and campfire friendly and worth my time. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Barry, I missed your comment about the microwave dish. Sorry about that. It happens. Anthony Robertson, how are you doing? Yeah, it's all these people on here that keep me humble, keep me grounded on the channel.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, hammock tents. Hammock tents are fantastic. I think Hennessy is the primary name, but there's a hammock called the Blackbird, the War Bonnet Blackbird, and it is an incredible hammock. I mean, it's like an apartment. It's a hammock apartment.
A hammock apartment
is pretty much what it is. But yeah, they're thought through. You know, my challenge with a hammock is I've always felt like I was sleeping in a taco. You know, and
Yeah.
but this I think they've got a lot of that figured out these days. But that warbird, war bonnet blackbird hammock is they've got that thought through with a foot box and where you're on the level. It's pretty slick. So yeah, I admire you, man. If you can get a good night's sleep, Jacob, in a hammock, good for you. That's awesome. That's awesome.
So this is my hammock.
You know, I think Tammy would like that, actually.
That's my hammock tent.
Yeah, yeah. All my buddies, I always put a thermometer on my wall of the inside of the tent. So last night in the snowstorm, when I'm under the tarp, the Harbor Freight tarp that I was under last night, I had a hanging from the ridge cord at the center. I had the thermometer, and at one point it was 70 degrees. It was 33 degrees outside. It was 70 degrees inside the tent. So I texted one of my buddies and I said, "Hey, 70 degrees. I'm toasty. I'm comfortable." And he texted me back, "Yeah, me too," and shot a picture of himself laying in bed. And I thought, well, that's cheating. I mean, that's not even fair.
That's pretty impressive, though, that your little wood stove got it that warm underneath the tarp.
Right, just a little wood stove that I've spent the last, I spent about a week putting together and making some modifications, and the draw of the now you're not going to care anything about this, but the draw of the smoke. I had no smoke in the tent, and I had the door open probably an hour and a half. But I kind of did some tweaks on the.
And we lost him. Thomas Nelson. Once you have an RV, you'll never stay in a tent again.
Inside of the true. Am I back?
You're back. I'm going to send a build a sudden link.
Yeah. I'm paying too much. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you should be able to back charge them.
All I got to do is give them a copy of this video.
There you go. Yeah. Anthony Robertson said you should try camping in Alaska. Oh, we completely lost Daryl. Daryl has left the building. We'll see if he joins back in. He may make it back in. So I have missed a ton of comments, and I apologize to you guys for that. It's hard to keep up with all of it when you have a guest on. So what do you guys think of this program? I mean, on my end, does it look okay? Sounds okay? Lighting should be fairly normal, I think, from what it has been in the past. I've just kind of been playing with this thing. Andy B, how are you doing? Hey, it does show how many people are watching. Daryl's back. Let's giving him a countdown. Hey, who's this guy?
I think I actually have better internet in a tent under a tarp in a snowstorm.
I figured out how to get the subscriber count, live subscriber count. I just have to put my cursor over the screen.
Oh, really? And it tells you what's going on.
Yeah, so far there's 16 thumbs up. No one's unliked it.
Hey, that's
there's
good.
Always time. And currently 24 people watching.
Well, that's fantastic. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's cool. Huh.
So, West Coast Kenny, how are you doing? So Thomas Nelson, everybody said, Thomas Nelson said, just lucky to catch you tonight. He's a crane operator up north, runs a boom truck, does a lot of arborist work. So everybody says that it looks good. I can also play with, where's this at? I hate to mess anything up. Edit appearance. What's this stuff do? Oh,
Wow.
that's different.
It's 1970s all over again.
It is. Or we could go with something looks a little racy, maybe car stuff.
Yeah. Well, how about that?
If anybody is a baker, I mean, yeah, it's a pretty neat program. And if anybody's curious what it's called and wants to use it, it is Be Live TV. So I don't know. So far, it seems to work well. I was able to add my logo up here,
Huh.
at the top of the screen, and it says I can even throw a different background in. So
Wow. And it goes straight to YouTube.
Go straight to YouTube. It says the background was updated. I don't know that anything's changed,
That's cool.
but
Well, I'll be darned.
I happened to stumble across this. I was on my last live stream. I was asking people how other people were having guests on. And a lot of people use OBS Streamlabs. And when I started playing around, I downloaded it, and when I started playing around with it, it wasn't very intuitive. And then I happened to find this, and man, this is easy. This is easy, and it doesn't run on your system, so it doesn't use a lot of your computer resources. This is like straight off of their server into YouTube. So, Timothy Barney makes a good point. The situation right now isn't helping. Internet capacity is maxed out for everyone right now.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are playing around online.
Yeah, it's true.
So. Mitzvah Golem. I don't know where I saw that, but David Rigoni thought my logo was actually on your wall.
Hey, put it up there
in the corner.
You know what? Maybe okay, sure. Like I'm on. Yeah, okay.
Like he thought my logo was hanging up on your wall behind you.
Oh yeah, there you go. Hey, you get me one, it will be. How's that?
I got that sign back there.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
Oh, you don't need to hang my sign up behind you.
No, but I'd appreciate if you'd put Daryl Intense on your wall behind you, Jimmy.
We can do it. I've got plenty of space, and actually, I'm going to rearrange this whole YouTube studio.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide what to do with it. To me, and I guess while we've got a bunch of people watching, I say a bunch, we've got 29 people watching. Oh, we've got one thumbs down now, so that's fun.
I think he said he did that just because we brought it up.
Oh, okay, perfect. But to me, after watching some of my live streams, after doing them, this all kind of looks busy. So what do you guys think? You guys are the ones that have to look at that. What do you guys think back there? Should I streamline it a little bit, change some things up? I thought about building some shelves and collapsing the crane booms down and lining the cranes up on shelves, and just cleaning it up a little bit, more streamlined. But I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
35. Well, we got 35 on now.
Yeah. And what gave me the thought for that is, let me see if I can find this guy's Facebook page. And it's a guy I've chatted with some, and been following him for a while. He actually helped me some in the beginning, figuring out some YouTube stuff. And let me see if I can find his picture of his YouTube studio. So this guy's channel is called Creator Fundamentals. Really nice guy.
Okay, yeah.
And see how clean that is?
Yeah, it does look good.
So I was thinking maybe, I don't know, something along that. JTTV says I'm overthinking it. 45 Nuts says no, leave it the way it is. So maybe I am.
Somebody on there said leave the flag. I agree. Andy said leave the flag. Right on.
Oh yeah, the flag's not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, I need a flag for crying out loud. Well, I mean, I've got plenty. I might just need to bring one down here.
And I'm not a veteran, but my brother, he was in the Air Force, and
Right.
I have the utmost respect for anybody that is willing to go out and put their lives on their line for
Right
the
on.
rest of us, whether that's military, law enforcement, EMS,
Right.
doctors, nurses, the gamut, medical professionals.
There are places in the world that would love to be able to do exactly what we're doing about any topic that they wanted. And we have veterans who make it possible to preserve our freedom of speech. And I'm with you. I'm with you.
Absolutely. Lester and Thompson, how are you doing? Lester and Thompson actually was a trainer for Genie Industries back in the day. They make aerial work platforms and boom lifts.
Okay.
And I hadn't seen or heard or talked to him for years and years and years. I went through one of his Genie service training classes, 18 years ago. And then he found my YouTube channel. He's like, hey, you look familiar. And we started conversing a little bit and figured out that I had gone through his Genie service training classes back in the day when I was a mechanic.
Wow.
So
that's pretty cool.
Oh, see, now Anthony Robertson's got me thinking. So everybody else has said you're overthinking it for sure. It's just unique things to whatever. And then Anthony Robertson said, clean it up, put shelves up. There is the dilemma.
Yeah, for sure. Well, see, I think Andy should take a picture of his room and send it to you, and then we get to critique it. How would that
be? Anthony? No.
Just kidding.
When I walk in here and I look at it, to me it just looks like it's kind of busy. And I've seen some other live streams where the foreground is very bright and then everything is kind of dimly lit in the back, and I think that looks really good too, but it's kind of hard to do with the space that I have allotted myself. But
yeah, so
I don't know. There may or may not be changes coming to the YouTube studio next time you guys see it. It's one of those deals. I might be awake at 1 o'clock in the morning tonight and be like, I just got to go do it.
Well, it's going to come down to shave my beard, fix the studio.
The beard's a non-starter.
It's not going anywhere.
No, and I had a lot of the people I went to high school with that commented on my video when I posted it on Facebook, and they're like, Jimmy, lose the beard. I'm like, no.
Right.
No, I'm not. No. Someone even said it's unsanitary. I said, I wash my beard probably more than most people wash their hair.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Apparently a lot of people have just recently found out that washing your hands is good hygiene.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Apparently that's new information.
I learned that a long time ago from my grandma when I was like 4.
Wow. Yeah, right. That's good.
Thomas Nelson said his new activity during coronavirus lockdown is growing a beard. How long will it take to catch up to Jimmy? I don't know. I mean, this is, if I stretch it out, it's a better part of 4.5 inches, maybe 5. And I'm not cutting it, so I'm just gonna let it go and see how long it'll get.
Can you fit a crane cab in that room? That's a 45 Nuts got a great question.
Actually, I could.
See, now that says crane.
So I need to build a replica crane cab?
Or lift up your house, which is a whole nother show. Lift up your house, put a crane cab in there, put the house back on top. See, now I'm programming for your YouTube channel.
You're hired.
That'd be a dandy of a show, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, I've got some videos of me picking up houses, but nothing like this, or modular houses. They're designed to be picked up.
Yeah, you should probably not tell your wife till after the show airs what you're thinking about doing.
Yeah, she wouldn't be happy. And the other channel that I've been working on for over a year, as far as building the 1,500-pound hammer. there was discussion of me dropping that through our skylight, and she wasn't very happy about that idea. But I can't say that it won't happen at some point. I'm not gonna turn myself into a liar by saying I would never do it. But I can sit here and say that, it's possible. It's not gonna be the first video.
Oh, that'd be fun. The tent with Thor's hammer. Just give me notice. Give me about 5 minutes notice so I can get the heck out of there. So I can get to the basement of the tent. That would be helpful.
Yeah. Oh, Rambozo Clown, tested tent with Thor's hammer.
I love it. I love it.
I'm sure we'll do some of that. And I'm going to work on the hammer this weekend, so we'll see how far I get with it. If I get my son to learn how to use a 7-inch angle grinder, I might be able to get it done this weekend.
Oh, yeah. How many pound hammer?
1,500. Had I known then what I know now, I probably would have scaled it back to about 1,000 because I'd be done with it.
Yeah, yeah.
But 1,500. If you're going to go, you just won't go all the way.
Right. Come on.
So,
I like it.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. So, what's your estimated timeline? Who knows?
I hate to give an estimated. I gave an estimated timeline when I announced the channel over a year ago, and I said, I'd like to be dropping it within a month, and that was 13 months ago, 14 months ago. So, I don't know. It's a lot of work.
Oh,
it is a ton of work.
Literally.
And the bad thing about it is when I go in my garage and work on it, even if I work on it for an hour, it takes me 3 hours to clean everything up because there's so much grinding dust all over everything, and I've got to move all the cars out, and I've got to cover stuff up and set up fans so the smoke doesn't go in the house. My first night working on it, I about smoked everybody else out in the house.
Wow.
So, yeah, it'd be a whole lot easier if I just had a nice big shop behind my house. I could go out there, work on it, leave my mess, don't have to worry about setting anything special up. And I could go out and work on it for an hour and walk away for a day. But, oh well. I committed to it, so we got to get it done.
I like that about you.
And my brother spent $1,800 on steel for it, so yeah. Oh, someone found the channel. Said, "Oh, I found it. It's actually called Thor's Hammer." It is.
Wow.
It is called Thor's Hammer. There's one video on there of the stack of plate steel before I started. And I haven't put anything else up.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, John Warren, thanks for that, buddy. He said 14 months ago you wanted to drop it in February. Yeah.
It's just you're improving it. That's all.
It's a good thing there's not a deadline and penalties involved, like construction projects. If they run over a month and it costs X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
There you go. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we've been rolling for an hour.
Cool.
I think I'm gonna maybe either take a look at this YouTube studio or go out in the garage and start prepping for a couple days of welding and fabricating.
Absolutely. Hey, Jimmy, thank you so much. Thanks for just the dialogue and the discussion and for talking about my channel and let me talk about the channel. I really appreciate it. I
think everybody will enjoy it. I mean, it's a completely different genre than what I put on this channel, but the people that watch the stuff that I do, I think they'll find it interesting because like you said, it's outdoors. It's stuff that like-minded people would be interested in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have a lot of good content. I mean, how many people eat fried shrimp when they're out camping?
And why more should? More people should.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to make happen.
And I think everybody will really be intrigued by the pontoon boats. The
It's
three pontoon boats you guys are
a great
building,
time.
and you're going to float down the Missouri River on them.
Yeah, we're gonna float from St. Joe to St. Louis on pontoon boats that we're building, and again, we're documenting it all on the YouTube channel, Daryl Intense, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, Rambozo Clown says you're at 43 subs now.
Wow, thank you so much.
Almost halfway to 100.
Absolutely, I love it. I love it.
So
well, listen, thanks to everybody, and to the new subscribers. I'll try and not let you down. We're in this Corona thing together, and by golly, I'm there for you. But
and everybody blow up his comments on his videos. That way, he has to respond to all of you.
Absolutely, and I will do it. I will do it.
There will come a time that you can't keep up.
I'm sure that's true.
I had a person tell me that a long time ago, because I used to respond to every comment, and now I can only do it for about the first 12 to 14 hours after a video is up. Otherwise, that's all I'm doing is sitting on my phone responding to comments.
Wow, that's crazy.
And so anybody that's watching, if I don't respond to your comment on there, I apologize. It does get to where it starts getting overwhelming.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'll tell you what, man, I like to grab a tent, slap on a Habit Outdoors shirt, and head outdoors. That's pretty much my deal.
Well, hopefully you have more and more people watching it.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Anything I can do to help, let me know.
Hey, thanks, pal. Appreciate
everybody else. Have a fantastic weekend. And I'm going to work on a video probably Monday, try to get it uploaded Tuesday or Wednesday. So, Daryl, have a good weekend, my friend.
Thanks. You too, Jimmy. Appreciate it.